Stayer, I'm not going and I'm never gonna go. What the hell is going on, YouTube? What the hell is going on to my subscribers as I hang out with you this beautiful Saturday morning in Baja? I'm gonna talk about what does it mean when Bitcoin hits 250K by the end of the year. But first, like and subscribe, turn on the push notifications, and lock in to this channel that is bringing you content every day about the crypto market, every day about my journey, Stayer's journey in the crypto market. And yeah, man, bro. So Bitcoin's at all-time highs in price discovery, $117,000 Bitcoin. Man, if you told me Bitcoin would be 117,000 a few years ago when I first started in crypto back in 2016, 2017, man, I don't know if I believe you. I mean, back then I didn't know much about it. I was very, very cautious about the crypto market. I kind of protected my business from crypto in a way. I was watching it a lot. I was watching YouTubers every day. I was reading articles every day. I was reading the white papers about Bitcoin, about the overall market. I was watching Cardano a lot, Ethereum. I was in and out of Ethereum at $88 back then. When it was $88. I was buying it and then selling it really quick because I didn't know what I was doing. I was on the early days Coinbase app. Didn't like it. Just thought it was. I didn't think it was a scam back then. I just thought it was too good to be true. I thought it was too good to be true. I was thinking, I was like, there's no way that there's going to be a new way to have peer-to-peer exchanges with money, or be able to have this supercomputer that tracks all transactions. And like why would we care about that? Why would that be of any significance? And I was thinking, as soon as I put my money into this, it's just gonna rug. It's just gonna all my money's gone. So I bought very little, and then I always sold it right away. I go back also to when I first heard about Bitcoin. I was doing a job in Skid Row, and it was a health center, and the facilities manager was really into Bitcoin. And this was earlier than even 2017, 2016. It was like 2014, back when Bitcoin was like a couple $100 or something like that. And he even wanted to give me some Bitcoin, just for me to hold. And I said no. I was more interested in this new healthcare center they were building in downtown LA. And I was just trying to get that work, and just kind of uneasy about being around Skid Row, and was just kind of locked in his office, just hanging out all day. And I go back and I of course everyone has a story like that where they're like, somebody told them about Bitcoin, they didn't listen. Well, that was my story. And now Bitcoin's at 117,000 a coin, which is very, very significant and amazing, because it's now clear to a lot of people that Bitcoin is just going to keep running. It's going to keep running, not in a sense that this is going to be a super cycle, right, where Bitcoin's just never going to pull back. It's going to have its pullbacks, but I mean, I think Bitcoin going to 1 million and by 2030 I think that's in the cards. I think that might be FUD, to be honest with you, because I think you got one more halving between now and then, and Bitcoin accelerates and price action and value as miners are kind of forced to kind of sell and just accumulate at the same time. And it's just a very, very complex thing. But But the thing is that Bitcoin going to 250 by the end of the year, I think that's, I think that's in the cards. I think it's more than likely, guys. I don't think that's anything crazy to say. Whoop. I got it. By the way, guys, I got a new selfie stick. This one's full of beach sand, so it has a hard time holding it up. But I just I don't know, man. I just feel like, oh, I left my tea. My tea's all the way over here. What does that mean for us, though? You and me. I don't consider us retail because we've been here every day. Maybe some of you are just coming in right now that Bitcoin's at all-time highs. But you're still early. I feel like this is like when Bitcoin hit 20K in late 2020 and went previous. That was this previous all-time high, and people just like kind of didn't care. You know what I mean? And people didn't start caring until it went to like 60. Retail didn't start coming in until like the 50s and the 60s, of which they came in right at the top. And I think the same thing's going to happen again at the end of this year. I think Bitcoin's going to keep running. It's going to run past like 150, 160, 170. And then in the fall, it's really going to go crazy. And I think retail are going to get caught up in it, in the twos, and they'll probably, get a little they'll be in profit for a little while, between 2 and 250. And then there's just going to be all this bullish news coming out. Oh, banks are doing this with Bitcoin, and you name it. You name the bullish news. It's just going to be to a point where you got to be an idiot not to be buying Bitcoin. You got to be an idiot not to be buying altcoins. And that's when we will see that market just top off. And what I'm wanting to do right now, what I've been doing the last couple months, is accumulate altcoins. I haven't been buying any Bitcoin because what I want to do is kind of accumulate altcoins, scale out in a massive altcoin season, turn around, try and figure out where I can put a short on Bitcoin at the highs. Try and time that out. Of course, not all of my profits, by the way. We're talking about like 10% of my profits, putting a short on Bitcoin and riding that down. And then at the bottom of that, I was going to roll in about maybe like 60% of my altcoin profits into Bitcoin and hold it for life. And my advice to people that are just coming into this market for the first time, I think it's just best. I don't know where to put. I'm like trying to put this coffee. Where do I put this coffee cup? I think it's just best if this is your first time in this market, guys. Just don't even. I wouldn't even buy anything. I wouldn't even jump in. I would just buy Bitcoin. And hold it this bull run, and then just watch everything else happening. Like I'm talking about people that are just like fresh, like a month in, 2-3 months in. You haven't been around for more than a month or two, and you're just now starting to pay attention. Make it your job to watch everything possible going on in this market every single day. And watch how the elites are acting. Watch how the media is acting, the government's acting. Watch how major investors are acting. Major traders. Watch how new people come in and how they act in the market. Because all this is so important. I did this between to like 2016, 2017, all the way through 2020. I just watched and just hung out. I didn't get in any of the ICOs of the big ICO surge. in 2018, 2019, I think that was during that time. I didn't really get into grabbing a major amount of altcoins in 2019, 2020. I watched, even though that was a great time to accumulate. I just didn't know what was going on. I was still trying to figure things out. And it's okay, guys. You don't have to jump in, because here's the thing. When you jump in and you don't know what's going on in crypto, you're going to get wrecked, because the just the ebbs and flows of this market are vicious. The market's telling you one thing one day, and the next day it's telling you something different. And unless you've been here for years, you kind of understand why things are happening, why prices are up or why prices are down, or why this type of news has come out, or why these types of events are happening. Black swan events and stuff like that, like FTX scandal, Terra Luna, it's happened at last bull run, and China banning crypto, and what that means when China unbans crypto, and all of these like catalysts. A pro Bitcoin, sorry, a pro crypto government versus an anti crypto government, U.S. government, or world governments. All of these play factors, and also the Bitcoin halving. Every 4-year cycle. Like, what does that mean? And I've come to realize that the Bitcoin halving is very, very, very important. It's really important. So 18 months past the last halving will be October of this year, and the last two altcoin seasons have popped off 18 months past the halving, and so that puts it at October. And as you can see, things are lining up to be just that, a big blow off top for altcoins around October and November. And so I've been accumulating. I've been watching that date since the Bitcoin halving, the last Bitcoin halving, and I feel like I've prepared myself. I mean, I've been in a lot of meme coins. I've been in a lot of CTOs where I've been contributing to the marketing wallet, and just spending money trying to help coins grow, because I've learned that's one of my passions is CTOs and startups of meme coins and stuff like that. I've had so much fun doing them, but also I'm accumulating altcoins, the quote normie coins, even though we have a meme coin called Normie. Go grab it. It's really, really cool. It's gonna explode. But the quote normie coins, the top 100 altcoins, you got Cardano. You can call ETH one of those too. Sui, Solana, Chainlink, Aptos, Atom, Cosmos, even Dogecoin, even Pepe is now kind of a normie, coin, top 100 coin. I'm trying to rattle some off the top of my head. Polygon, things that haven't done well in a while. Avalanche, Polkadot, those coins are going to 5 and 10x. Arweave, I need to go pick up some more Arweave. Arweave is just gonna explode. You got these coins that just sit around for years and years, and they only gain value in about a 90-day season called alt season. They just explode, and then they go back to where they are. And some of these won't anymore. Some of these will die off. We're gonna find out who those are by December, when those coins, those coins don't pop off. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that a $250,000 Bitcoin by the end of the year, I think, will happen, but it's going to mean different things. It's going to mean different things to different people. For me, it means that I'll be able to scale out of the most amazing bull run for myself that I've ever had. 6-7 figures. is what I'm looking at, based on my calculations of what I'm holding. And what I'm holding looks like shit right now. What I'm holding looks worthless, but I know that at least half of this is gonna pop off, because they're in narratives that are gonna pop off. I know are coming, or they're like Cetus protocols, a DEX on Sui blockchain that I know is going to pop off because the former devs of Solana are startup Sui, and if you look at Sui, how it is now, it's just like a cleaner Solana. It's just like it's like they got all the meme coin casino mess out of Solana and made Sui. It's like it's such a trusted protocol. It's so clean, and yet they still have injected billions of dollars of liquidity into it because they know what they're doing. You know what I mean? They have the Rolodex. They have the same people that they know from Solana. They say, hey, come on over to Sui, so-and-so that has partnered with us at Solana. This is another product of ours. And then those people just buy right in. They provide liquidity. These are companies or partners that have no problem doing business. And that's when you want to, that's what I've been doing. That's what I've been doing that I haven't done in previous years, is following teams. Follow the teams, follow the people. And as you spend time in the space, it's a small space. You start to see the same names coming up, and you get to be like, okay, this guy's a rugger, this guy's a scammer, okay, but this guy has built, some really great protocols, really great profitable engines in terms of coins that make these coins go, make these coins have a lot of liquidity, a lot of profit. And you tend to like, okay, I'm going to follow that guy because they tend to do the same things over again. That guy has accountability. That guy has, drive, vision. And then you look at this other guy that, is always scamming, always, starting up a coin at rugs or something happens. He goes away. Then he comes back as somebody new. One of those coins is I won't say the guy's name. I actually forget his name, but Spell Token, the guy that's in charge of Spell Token, back last bull run, he started something called Wonderland DAO, and it was there's a lot of DAOs that were coming out, and these were like these money making machines that you would just put your money into, these protocols that you put your money into, and you got really high APR or APY on your money. Like 1,000,000% APR, so you put $1,000 in, and they're saying, oh yeah, in 30 days, that'll just be like 10K or 20K or 30K just because you held it in our system. And what would happen is you put the 1,000 in, and they would have this total value lock. They have this, whole system, and something would happen with the system. Oh, the system broke down, or it got hacked, or we had to lower the APR, or we had to lower this, or change this around, and it's going to take a little longer, and it's going to take a little longer, and then you're like, you see yourself like your account is losing money, and that happened to me. You know what I mean? I made a bunch of money in VeChain and Kadena and last bull run, and I was like trying to flip it. I was like, oh man, this there it goes again. This bull run is never gonna end, because you feel like that. You feel like that at the top of a bull run. You're like, oh man, this is amazing. Everyone's buying. It's never gonna end. When's the next leg? When Bitcoin was at 60 some thousand, everyone's talking 120 because it looked like it was gonna happen. So so in your position, you're like, okay, I'm gonna sell some of my altcoins. I'm gonna scale out like I'm supposed to. But there's other opportunities. Oh yeah. And then that's where all the scammers are lying around. They're waiting for you to want to flip your profits. They want to grab your profits and take them away from you. And about 70 or 80% of my profits were taken away from me in that system, that Wonderland DAO thing. And now I know that I'm a lookout for those things because there's going to be another big thing that happens at the top of the bull market, this bull run, that is going to take everybody's attention away from just scaling out and getting in the stables and being all done. And that's going to be the thing that's going to suck your profits dry. And I'm not going to fall for that. So again, these are things that from experience you anticipate, you understand, because these guys do the same things over and over again. Just like the good guys do the same things over and over again, so do the bad guys. And so again, a 250K Bitcoin for me at the end of the year says, okay, so for me it says this, I'm going to be scaling out, responsibly out of my normie altcoins. I will be, taking minimal risks, in meme coins along the way, because I CTO things, and I'm a part of teams that CTO meme coins, community takeover meme coins, and grow them. But it's going to be very, very tough, to really pull those off in a parabolic stage, because nobody's really holding, with you, because they're jumping in and out of coins, chasing things. There's going to be big crashes, big pumps, big crashes on coins. You're just not going to want to trade that. You're not going to want to buy in that climate of price action. A parabolic state. That's another thing. A 250K Bitcoin for me at the end of the year means high volatility and a market that I do not want to be taking positions in or buying coins in. Okay, I'm only want to be scaling out at that time, and I don't want to be getting into any kind of new money-making vehicle that's going to be presented to me at that time, because most likely it's going to be a scam. Most likely, scam likely. Like you set that on your phone when you have the telemarketers calling you. You just scam likely. It's a scam likely that this next big opportunity at the height of the bull run, whether it be internet capital markets that they're trying to scheme up, which is a play on kind of AI agents in a way, but it's almost like you can tokenize. It's like real world assets and AI agents put together, in my opinion. These sites look like Virtual's Protocol, but for regular companies, like a plumbing company can be tokenized, a weed company can be tokenized, and it's an internet capital market. It's called that. That's what you would do in an internet capital market. And I think there's scams likely in that. I think there's going to be scams likely in NFTs again, and stuff like that. I think they're going to roll out something totally new that you're going to want to put your money into, and you're going to be feeling really good because you're in profit, and you're like, oh, well, here's the next thing, because I'm such a genius. I'm just going to throw my profits into this next thing, and it's going to work out for me just like my altcoins did. It's not true. Not true, guys. Just be careful. You know what I mean? So, but a 250K Bitcoin at the end of the year definitely is something that I'm looking forward to. I definitely think it's in the cards. And why do I think it's in the cards? Is because retail's not here. We just crossed all-time highs. We're at 117K. And retail isn't even here yet. Meaning, you're the retail investor, just a common investor that just comes in to try and make a quick buck, doesn't know what they're doing, and ends up getting wrecked every time. That's the retail investor. They're not here yet, and they have no interest in being here. So that tells me that Bitcoin's probably going to continuously run, and the elites are in control of this market, by the way. They've seized control, in my opinion. Since last bull run, they've accumulated, and now they're seizing control, and now they're just sending Bitcoin up and down as they please, in my opinion. Which can be good and can be bad. It can be really bad if you're not here every day and you're not watching what they're doing and understanding the flows. My understanding is when, after 4th of July, I was figuring that they were going to start ramping things up, and sending this, and that they've already accumulated the ETH that they wanted, and all the altcoins that they wanted to accumulate, and Bitcoin, and now they're ready to send this thing up. without retail, to get retail to chase later on in the year, of which they're going to bait retail by giving out stimulus checks. They're going to bait retail by lowering interest rates. They're going to bait retail by making crypto more accessible, and also the using the media to push out really great news stories and pro crypto stories, and making everything seem like crypto is just the safest thing in the world, which it's not. It's very, very risky, very volatile, and you would never want to push a normal person into this space unless you're like actually holding their hand or holding their portfolio for them. But the elites are going to throw people in and into the grinder at the end of the year, get everybody feeling good, and make it in a no-brainer to buy altcoins and Bitcoin, and then they're just gonna freaking rug everybody real hard, and then we'll go into a major bear market, ones of the likes you've never seen before, and it's gonna be brutal. But that's why we have this short time to make money. So a 250K Bitcoin for me signifies also the end of an era, because I think after this bull run, I think they're going to be pushing more regulations for altcoins and meme coins, and the cowboy days of today are going to be very much over, and the market will not be the same. And it's going to be very, very hard to make 100x's, 1000x's in this space. And so that's why I'm rushing right now to really make the most I can in this bull run and get it into Bitcoin, because the vehicles to make 100x's, 1000x's are going to be, or I think are going to be gone in the next few years, unfortunately. Which I'd be sad, because meme coins are so much fun. They're branding deals, they're advertising deals. Really, is what they are. They're advertising plays, they're branding plays. These meme coins on their face have no utility, but you wrap them around a community and a belief, and they have value. And it's the value that the community and that the public injects into them through belief. And so I think they're going to be kind of taxing that, or kind of making that go away at some point. And so a 250K Bitcoin, guys, is a really great thing, and also not a great thing in a way. But I'm very, very excited, because again, I do think there's an altcoin season coming, and I'm now certain of it. And they've been chopping us hard since January. Bitcoin's been going up, down. Altcoins has been getting crushed. So many things have just been getting absolutely slashed and crashed and bashed. And I think now we're gonna have a nice clean run of these altcoins for about maybe 2 or 3 months. I would say starting in the next week or two. I think through to October, and November will be that kind of top for altcoins again. And I think it'll be like a dot-com bubble that'll burst, and then the real utility coins and altcoins and that actually had any kind of value for real are going to have their real runs in in the years to come. 2029, 2030. All right, guys. So yeah, I just wanted to just share with you guys what I was thinking about what I'm seeing here, because guys, nobody's around. I mean, Bitcoin passed 3 years all-time highs, and it's like that Will Smith meme. You walk into the room, an empty room with your hands in your pockets. Like, nobody's here, bro. Nobody cares right now. The public, for the most part, are just trying to scrape up enough money to pay their bills right now. And they're going to need a lot of help to get into this market, of which the government, Trump, the elites are going to make sure they have that help and that belief that they can make money, which they won't be. They'll be absolutely destroyed. And so what does that mean for you? Well, you're here early. Get into some of these coins that I've been talking about. Go look at my past videos. I've been talking about Brett Wu. I've been talking about Normie. I've been talking about Colt. I've been talking about Dorky. I've been talking about Cetus Protocol. Echelon Prime. There's a lot of opportunities still right now that you can accumulate right now. You literally have days, though. I mean, things are going to start going up 10, 15% in a day, and then they're going to really ramp up where they're going up 100, 200% in a day. And at that point, you only want to be scaling out. You don't want to be buying, okay? Because you're not going to time it right. It's going to only feel good to buy the tops, and that's not good. It's not good. So accumulate now. I'm going to have more videos coming up this week. I'm going to do a lot of more price prediction videos this week and the weeks to come to try and get you guys going. Again, not financial advice, but you should at least know what I'm thinking and what I've bought. And guys, I really, really appreciate it. I will talk to you later on. I'll probably go live later on today. And Stayer is out.